Welcome to Meadowsweet Farm Fiber Arts Design Studio. My name's Bonnie, and today is March the 10th, and it's Sunday, and I believe that my last podcast confession was 2 weeks ago. That's what YouTube says. So I'm going to try to be really consistent with my videos and try to get one out hopefully every 2 weeks, fingers crossed. As far as the knitting goes, I really don't have much to show you because my tam that I'm working on, I think it's the Lakeview. I just didn't do it because last week it was absolutely crazy. I had midterms I had to get done, which it took me all weekend. I had students, I was telling somebody today that I don't think people realize, or maybe you do, how crazy your schedule gets, especially around when you first start the semester. Everything's like all organized and everything's going okay. And then you hit midterm and you've got midterm grades and they're due, and you're trying to get students to catch up with their assignments. And then the end of the semester, then it's crazy because you've got graduation, and it's just, even I didn't realize how crazy busy my schedule is. So it's midterm. I've got about 7 weeks left to go, and I will be so glad when this semester's over. It's not even that bad of a semester. It's just, I just feel like I need a break. But anyway, I'm here today. I have some things I want to show you. Mostly I have a kind of finished object, and then I have some things, some acquisitions, and I have some books and things that I want to share with you. So let me start with this. I won a prize. My Wool Mitten Farm, she's on YouTube and she's on Instagram. Hi, Carrie. She has an amazing YouTube channel, and if you don't know Carrie, you have to watch her. And every year she does a sock spin along. And this year she is collaborating with a few folks, and one is Kids Knit Critters Farm LLC. And her name's Carrie. And Carrie donated a prize for this spin knit along, and I won. I have never won. I have participated in all kinds of giveaways, and this is my very first one, so thank you, Carrie. So this is lavender and rosemary lotion, and it's from Goat's Milk. And I'm gonna put some on. I need this. We actually have snow today. It was like 60 degrees, 50 some degrees yesterday, but it was raining. And then today it is snowing all day. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. So it's lavender and rosemary, my two favorite. Oh my gosh, this is nice. I'm gonna carry this in my purse. Wow. Oh my gosh, does that smell good? Oh, and I got a peppermint lip balm. So, meadow foam oil. I've never heard of that before. Beeswax, coconut oil, shea butter, almond oil, meadow foam oil, color. And it's peppermint. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, so thank you, Carrie. That was so sweet. Thank you, thank you. So, so I got that, and it came in this pretty little bag. I love these little bags. So, let's see. I have been watching Lay Family Yarn, YouTube's Kelly, and Gaina, Tales from Cuckoo Land, they are doing a make-along with yarn that Gaina, she went to Lay Family Yarn, and she went to their studio and she dyed up this color that she calls Herkle Durkle. And I talked about this in my last podcast. And Herkle Durkle means when you have a chance to just lounge around in bed. Oops, my battery, sorry. When you have a chance just to lounge around in bed in the morning and drink your coffee and do your knitting or reading or whatever. So this is Herkle Durkle, and it's beautiful yarn. I haven't caked it up yet. I was thinking I was going to do a hot water bottle, but I think what I might do is I might make a hitchhiker scarf. I've made a gazillion of those. They're really fast to do, and I think that's what I'm going to do with this. It's so soft. I love it. Okay, so the other thing that I've been watching, train jumped the track. I've been watching Kelly, and she went to, I think she went to a little workshop, and she made a little, it's like a little sewing kit out of little jewelry boxes. So this was like $5. So I ordered a couple of them, and I've watched a couple of YouTubes, and the one lady took, the one YouTube that I watched, she took everything out of here. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Like she yanked everything out. I think I'm just gonna, I'm gonna try to cover it so that it has like a little pin cushion on top. So I'm gonna try to play with that a little bit. I think that'll be pretty easy. But yeah, so you just cover it, and then I'll have to take the ring thing out, and then you just cover these little cardboard things. And Kelly had a pair of scissors, like you can just hang little things on here. I think it'll be really cute for anybody that just needs a little travel sewing kit. So yeah, I got all the same color blue. Hello. So yeah, so I'll share that with you. I just got these today. I got these from Amazon, and I ordered them yesterday, and they came today. They actually came today. So the only thing I wanted to share with you is if you remember from my last video, I was weaving on my loom up in the loft, and I was weaving this. It's all wrinkled, but I want to show you some things about this. So this is, I think it's Wensleydale, and I dyed it, the kind of pinky, peachy color is avocado skins. And then this green I got from Fleece and Harmony, and it's their lace weight yarn. So I've had this on my loom for forever. And I really, even though it kind of looks bumpy, the edges turned out really, really nice, considering this yarn was fuzzy, it was sticky. I loved it. I love the finished product, but it was a difficult yarn just to do plain weave. So, but what happened was I didn't put much yardage on there because I was afraid I would run out of, because it's the warp and the weft are the same, and I was afraid I was going to run out of something. But I've woven on this yarn in the past, and it's stiff, and I was doing a light beat as well. So what I thought I'm going to do, I've been reading a lot about fulling and the 18th and 19th century fulling mills in my area, and just what fulling did for cloth. So basically, a fulling mill is a place where the weavers of the 18th and 19th century would send large pieces of their woven woolen cloth. And they still practice this in remote areas of the world, but a fulling mill is run by water, and it's a big wheel that turns with the motion of the water. And inside this building, the wheel, this wheel that turns, has paddles on it, and they just lay the cloth in the water, and the wheel spins, and it just beats the cloth. And it's very similar to what we would do kind of in our washing machine or in the dryer, if you put like a tennis ball in there, whatever. I just took a little sample of this, and I fooled it. It's a fool. But you can see that it's got what's called tracking. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like, it looks like it has a very random kind of pattern. But what that is that because I put it in the washer and I put it in the dryer, it shrunk at very unevenly in just weird places. Like right in there. So, but what it did is it really softened. Oh my gosh, this is like soft and fuzzy. And I wouldn't mind having that up against my skin. I think it turned out nice. But when I finished weaving this, and I'll do it in half so you can see, I don't have much fabric. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I think I'll wash it and fool it very lightly, and then I think I'll put some backing on this, and I think I might just make a purse, like a couple zipper purses or something. I have to look. So I've got more fabric, and you always have to examine. And because this warp was so sticky, I was really being careful. And let me see. I found a tiny little mistake here, which I'm not going to even bother. And let's see if I have any other ones. A couple places where it's just not woven, the weaving isn't consistent. And then here is, I don't know what that is. That looks like another maybe weaving mistake. But I'm not going to bother because I'm just going to cut this up. But yeah, that is my woven piece. So I like to examine and evaluate my edges. And if this were a shawl or a scarf, I would be very satisfied with my edges. So I think I only had, you do what's called a floating salvage, where one thread doesn't go through a heddle. And I think in the future, if I'm going to weave with this kind of weight of yarn, I think I would probably do two. I think that would stabilize it. But I think they turned out pretty good, considering. So yeah, so this will be a something. Okay. Now, I also bought some fiber from Carrie, and this is heaven. This is Corriedale and Llama, and this is amazing. I just love it. So my wool mitten Carrie, I don't know if her socks spin along, if she's still doing it. It's always pretty loose, and she does such an excellent job. There's not, you know, like any earth-shattering rules or anything, but Carrie does an excellent job of showing people how to get started, you know, checking your spinning wheel, make sure everything's oiled, how to take care of it, how to clean it periodically. And then she's shown a couple books on sock making. Her socks I love. They're just woolly socks, and you know your feet are going to be warm in them. So I sent her a private message the other day and wanted to know what size needle she was using with her hand spun. But she just goes through a lot every year, and it's a really great opportunity for beginners and even people that have been spinning and knitting for a while, just to pick up some really, really good tips. So thank you, Carrie, and this is amazing. So I purchased that. And then I kept this in the box. This is Corriedale and alpaca. Oh my gosh. This is like a teddy bear. I love this. So I got that, and she sent me this beautiful card that came with it. And I just love how she tied up the fiber with, this is hand spun. And it's got sparkles in it. Carrie, you're amazing. So, oh, I just love it. So, let's see. she included bunny toes. This is amazing. This is alpaca and Angora. Oh my gosh. This is dreamy. And again, look at that. Hand spun. It's amazing. Amazing, amazing. Oh, and she even got me a little stitch marker. Look, it's a little owl. Oh my gosh. Oh, Carrie. This is Shetland Roving Sample. Oh. Look at that color. I've never seen such a true black. That is gorgeous. Oh, this stitch marker. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little owl and it has a little, like a little copper bead. Oh, Carrie. I feel like I want to cry. Thank you. This is so sweet. I love this fiber. I had it sitting in the box. I took a peek and I sent Carrie a message and said that I received it and thank you, but I wanted to wait and come on here and open it with all of you. And this is just, look at this. This is like a little teddy bear. I'm gonna go sleep with this tonight. Oh my gosh, this is so sweet. Okay. Very nice. Adorable. Okay, so let me just share with you a couple things. I love books. Let me see if I can find a couple books here that I got. Okay, so I ordered some natural dye seeds. And this came from a website. It's called these seeds came from www.botanicalcolors. Okay, so this is, I got a package of indigo, and I got some madder. And I think madder takes a couple years to take off. Got my madder, and this is Dyer's Chamomile. Lovely and easy perennial. Oh, this produces a yellow dye. So what does, and madder we know is red. And indigo we know is blue. And this is Black Knight Scaboeus. Scaboeus. Strikingly dark purple flowers with contrasting lavender stamens. Makes a great cut flower. Great for contact dyeing. But it doesn't say what color it gives. Okay, and this is Coreopsis. This is a wildflower. And I don't know what color Coreopsis gives. I guess it depends on what your mordant is. So I do have some other dyes. I just go crazy in the spring with seeds and planting, and then I always have too much, and so I have to go visit my daughter and get my grow lights. Samantha, I'm coming to pick up the grow lights. So, but I want to have a little patch somewhere where it's all natural dye plants. But my daughter sent me on Instagram today this picture of this garden, and the whole thing was just these gorgeous, like roses. I mean, it was just like a pathway, a little tiny walkway, and on either side it was just filled with flowers of all kinds, with a trellis, and it just was beautiful. And that's the look I want. But the only thing I'm afraid of is in the winter, what do you do? Like, does it just look all dead? I don't know. So if anybody knows about those kind of English gardens, and then how do you take care of an English garden in the wintertime? I guess I'll have to Google that. But if anybody does that, let me know. So I really, really love the look of naturally dyed yarns. I think the colors are just spectacular, and they really pull at my heartstrings when I look at them, when I dye with them. I just have so much fun. So, you know me, if I'm going to take you guys up and show you my books up in my sewing room, and I have above my garage where my knitting machines are, all my knitting books. I do have a library, and especially some of the older weaving books, I have them all. I am just, for these kind of books, I don't usually, like if I'm reading a novel, I go to the library and get that. And then I do have a small collection of novels and books that I've just kept because I know I'll read them again. But these kinds of weaving and knitting and dyeing and craft books and how-to books, I just love them. I just love them. So this one is Heritage of Color, Natural Dyes Past and Present. So it's a nice book. I like it because it's spiral bound, and it gives ways of testing for fastness, but then each plant is listed on its own page, and it gives all the different mordants and what colors that you get. So let's see, indigo, of course, and it talks a little bit about the medieval period of dyeing. So different kinds of fungi. So yeah, I am going to thoroughly look at this. I just haven't had a chance because of all the work that I've been doing. But one of my natural dye that I did, I had it in a powder form, were these galls. This is oak galls, and that's like a tan color. So I do know that. Okay, little acorn leaves and acorns. Oh, I just love this. I love the surprise. Then, who doesn't want to dye with mushrooms? Me. I want to dye with mushrooms. And I've got lots of mushrooms here on the farm. So, I'm going to have to really learn. I'm going to have to just really learn about my mushrooms. So, sounds funny. I'm gonna die with mushrooms. And mushrooms are poisonous. You have to be careful. So, and this book is by Arlene Reynes Bessette and Alan Bessette. I hope I'm saying their last name right. Bessette. So, yeah, today was the first day I had a chance just to look at some of these things. So, what I have on the loom upstairs, I pulled out some warps that I had upstairs for a couple years. And one of them is an overshot. That's what I'm putting on there right now. It's an overshot to make some placemats. And then my looms out in the studio, I have a warp ready to go. I have to put it on the loom. It's on the larger shaft loom for some towels. And I'll share that with you in the up and coming videos. I haven't really made progress on any of my knitting. My tam, I just stopped because it was getting to the color work and I knew I was gonna have a hectic couple weeks and I didn't want to mess anything up. And then my Marie Wallin, I have to remember the name of this because I want to show you what I'm changing. My Muckle Row. My Marie Wallin Muckle Row. First of all, the yarn, boy, it's tedious. It's taking me a long time. So you work this from the bottom up. And, oh boy, that's not good. So it starts off with a seed stitch. Just, I don't even know, there's not that many rows. So what I'm gonna do is make that, I'm gonna split the hem. So I think what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna weave the front and the back separately, and then I'll join them when I get to the, I think this is called Wren. I'll join everything up when I get there and go and shoot up to the top. It's funny because they don't, she just did, it looks like either a 1 or 2 by 2 rib for that. But yeah, I just feel like it would be more comfortable if I split it like that. I'm really funny with clothes. And I think I've always been this way, right, Mom? I hate tight. I don't like anything tight. Like, look, this, I wear everything way oversized. So, yep, that's it. I think it's Mother's Day in the UK, so if anybody from the UK is watching, happy Mother's Day. And I think that's it for today. I just wanted to come on. Like I said, it's been snowing all day. The workmen were here. So I got, my porch light was broken for a long time, my side porch, and that's how everybody comes in. And that was broken. So Stephen looked at it and he said, I think you need a new light. So I bought a new light out there on the porch, and when the electrician came to install it, he put it up and he never checked it. So as he was leaving, I flicked the light on and he was just pulling out, and I flicked the light on and it went blink, blink, and that was it. So he came back today and it was fine. And then the lights over my, what used to be the garage doors, but now are the sliding doors to get into the studio. They were tiny. So I got some really pretty lights. I think I have some pictures. If I do, I'll insert them here. But they're motion lights. So, you know, I think it's just better to have that. So when people come, the lights, all the lights will come on. So I'm trying to think what else. Oh, and then the guys came today. They're installing, they still can't get it right with my 2 sinks. So I have an antique sink in my laundry room, and then I have the antique sink out in the garage. They hooked everything up. The water is coming out of it, but the one sink in the laundry room, the one fitting that's behind the sink is leaking. And then the other sink in the garage, where the handles are, that's leaking. So I have to buy 2 more spigots, I think, and put those in. He has to come back. And then he went to install my antique door that'll go from the studio into my house. And it has that antique lock on it, and it has the big part of the doorknob with the doorknob and the key, but the other little part is missing. So I contacted the lady, and she's gonna mail it to me. She's in Australia right now, but she said as soon as she comes back, she'll send it. And it was too cold for them. They were gonna put some foam insulation around the windows and everything. And I still have to get the side lights. So always something. But my outside lights are fixed. I had a little tiny light in the kitchen. The switch was broken, so the electrician fixed that. So everything is getting done slowly but surely. So I think next weekend I'll be able to paint out in the garage and hopefully get some moving done. So I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. I am going to probably light a fire. It's like 33 degrees, Mom. It's cold. I can't believe it. It was warm and now it's cold again. Okay, guys, my battery died. So I hope you all have a great evening, and I'll catch up with you in about 2 weeks. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.